Hi, my name is Xochitl Dixon. I'm an Our Daily Bread writer and the author of Waiting for God, Trusting Daily in God's Plan and Pace. But today I'm excited to tell you that we have a new project, and I did not write this book alone. My wonderful friend, Bonnie Louie, is an illustrator, and she helped create this beautiful masterpiece, our first picture book, Different Like Me. We're gonna
Hi.
say hi, Bonnie.
Oh, thank you for
So,
having me.
I'm so glad that you're here, Bonnie. And I am especially excited because the pictures that you created for Different Like Me are so amazing. Those diverse characters using special needs, children with special needs as heroes. I'll show you one of my favorite pages in the book a little bit later. But thank you so much for just caring about diversity and inclusion. That made me so happy to work with you.
Thank you. I guess in this world right now, we kind of want to embrace everybody, as many different types of people and kids as we can. So I
I
thought
love
it was a really good experience to
Yay!
try to include as many as possible in the book.
You did a fabulous job. So, audience, just want to let you know that Bonnie and I want to share a story about why we wrote the book. And she kind of said that we wanted to help kids to feel loved and included, and that they were created on purpose. And I want to share a little bit about why I wrote the book. My kids are biracial, Mexican and Black, and they have dealt with racism since they were very young. And so when I just came to the Lord, my son had an incident where somebody called him a racial slur, and I wanted him to know his value and his worth. So I wrote Different Like Me, because I also wanted him to celebrate other people's differences. I didn't want him to react in hate or anger when somebody did something negative to him and bullied him. So we wanted to practice loving people just as they are and celebrating differences. So I wrote it in 2001. And I did not even pursue publication until years later. So in 2015, I first shared it with an editor and my agent. And in 2018 was when we decided to publish it. And that is when we found Bonnie. Bonnie, can you tell me why you wanted to participate in this project when you first heard about Different Like Me?
When they first approached me, I thought this is great because I'm an immigrant here. I came here in 97, so I was 11 or 12 at the time, and that was really tough because I sort of knew the language because I'm from Hong Kong, so I was taught English when I was very young, but I wasn't super fluent. And also just looking different and trying to blend in was really hard for me. And there were nothing that would give me like a would give me an idea of how I could behave or act with other kids because I'm so different. All I wanted to be was like a white American girl, honestly, because I didn't have any role models or anything to tell me that it's okay to be me and to speak in my own language with my parents in front of others, or to really show others what do I really like about Chinese food, or bring it to school and tell people about our holidays. It was very hard, and I was trying to hide all that.
Yeah.
So I think that, and then as I grow older, I realized everybody has their own struggles. Like, there are people with learning disabilities and people that are just totally different than us. And I feel like we should embrace each other with open hearts. And I think that at an early age, if we can introduce that to kids, I think it would make a better world for everybody.
I just am so glad that God chose you to be the illustrator. I love your beautiful heart. You're so full of love. And you know what, Bonnie, you weren't alone. When I was growing up, my parents changed my first name and used my middle name to register me for school, and Americanized the middle name because they didn't want me to have trouble in school. And it was
that happened to me too.
Right. And it's like, makes you so like, well, what's wrong with me?
Yeah. Actually, it was in Hong Kong, my first English class in first grade. They're like, all of you have to get an English name because you have to blend in if you go somewhere. Because I was like, okay. And the first homework was to pick its English name. And I was so annoyed that I needed a new name. I was like, Mom, just look at the dictionary, just open it up. And, and I don't know about now, but back then, the Chinese English dictionary, they have like a list of names in the back, like just English names that you can pick from. It's weird. So I was like, just pick a name. I don't care. Don't go to A because that means that I'm lazy. I just picked the first one. So pick like B or something. And my mom was like, Bonnie? I'm like, sure. Done.
There you go. Do you mind sharing your real name?
Oh, it's cayenne, like cayenne pepper.
I love it. I am totally
but it's with a K.
Cayenne.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
That is so beautiful. You know, Bonnie, we share that, and it's so funny because we didn't even know that until this moment.
I know.
And that's what I love
Wow.
about conversations. Conversations are
Yes.
so key, people. If you want to learn how to love people who are different from you, talk to people. So, Bonnie, one of the things about that's funny about my name is that I wanted to use my first name so badly because my parents would call me my first name at home, but at school and everybody was calling me by my middle name, and I hated it. And so when I turned 18, I decided I'm going to use my first name. And so I got my license in my first name, and I just thought I was spelling it right, and I was all good. And my mom never said a word. Then when I was 28, after I was married, after I had a child, I got my passport and I got my birth certificate, and I told my mom, they spelled my name wrong. And she told me, no, you spell your name wrong. So I was actually spelling my first name wrong.
She never told you.
She never told me. So the first name is actually spelled like it is here in the book. So when I started getting published, I said, I'm going to honor my parents and I'm going to use my name. And so it's spelled exactly how my parents spelled it. And it's actually correct now.
Wow.
But that's how lost I was. Isn't that crazy? The things we do. And so I asked my mom why she did that. And she's so cute. She goes, oh, I just thought you were being creative. If you knew my mom, you would totally believe that answer because that was her. She just did that.